Hi, this is Lazy Mapper bringing you a video that shows 5 unique and amazing maps. These are not in any type of order, and there probably are other amazing and unique maps out there. These are just a couple that came to the top of my head when thinking about Far Cry 4. This first map, Psycho, made by AKA Footloose, has a unique theme with the Psycho movie. The barn, the concession stand, the garage facility are just some of the many objects that AKA Footloose has made in this map. When we go through the gameplay here, you can see that the map editor thinks about the player when he makes his map. He makes sure that there's some weapons up front with a variety of weapons so you can play it in different play styles. I had a lot of fun playing this map, and from a player's perspective, AKA Footloose does a great job at placing the AI in different areas. He makes the map challenging, but also beatable. Sometimes the AI guard dogs can be tricky to get around, especially on a PC outpost map like this is. But if you take your time, if you lure the dog away and you're able to kill it, you should be able to get an undetected finish at the end of the game, even if the dog does see you. At least from my experiences. AKA Footloose put this really cool drive-in movie theater in his map also. I don't recall Psycho having a movie theater in it. Maybe the TV show does. Or maybe it's supposed to represent that you're playing in a map that is based on a movie. Whatever the case may be, I think it adds to the map. I think it's a cool concept to have the drive-in movie theater in there. It gives an area to explore. Whenever you see my playthroughs, a lot of times I'll destroy the alarms. They just make me nervous. I'd rather just have them know that they're broken and I know they're really not working. Another odd behavior I do is open up these boxes even though I know they won't do anything for the gameplay of the map. I just see them there and I see an X and I'm like, oh, I gotta open it up. I think the alarms were placed well in this map. They weren't out in the open. They were kind of hidden, but they were not impossible to find. The editor does a fantastic job at making objects and buildings and structures look like they're just regular assets in the game when they're actually been all built. Like the stand I just walked by that collects your money when you drive in a drive-in movie theater. Now, if you watch the movie Psycho, you'll start to see some of the similarities from the movie here with the big house on top and the motel on the bottom. Now, what would make this scene more perfect would be maybe some of the sound effects from the movie. I hope you enjoyed this first map by AKA Footloose. The map is called Psycho. It's a PC outpost map, and I think it's a very unique and amazing map. This next unique and amazing map is Evil Dead Boomstick, made by Setho1. Mods were provided by Steve64B. If you saw the movie Evil Dead, this map has a lot of similarities to the movie, with the deer's head that was moving around, to the crazy stuff in the cellar. Even the Book of Dead is in this map. Pronounce it the Necronomicon. Anyway, here's some gameplay of this fabulous map. It's really amazing what Setho1 did and Steve64B did with this map, to the effects that you can see the map shaking, all the extra modifications done to this map. This map is heavily modified. I think the editors of this map did an awesome job of giving you the look and feel of the Evil Dead movie. There's a lot of interaction with objects. You can hit the X button and see stuff that was specifically made for this map. The great thing about it is you don't have to download any mods. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is play the game through the in-game browser and everything should work right in the map. When you're in the in-game browser, just search for Boomstick and you should be able to play it from there. The things you'll be able to interact with in this map and see are just truly amazing, and it's definitely a unique and amazing map. If you remember the movie Evil Dead, there was a hand that Bruce Campbell had chopped off. And look, there it is on the floor.
That got out of hand quickly.
This map definitely qualifies as being very unique. All the different effects that you see. Even look at the walls are bleeding. There are so many modifications in this map. The amount of work that was put in this map and the effort, I have to applaud the map editors for doing such a great job of being so similar to the movie. I have worked with mods myself, but these are some of the craziest looking mods I ever seen. You got some creature in a basement with his head stretched out. I mean, some unbelievable crazy stuff going on in this map. A map that I have, Boomer, Grace, and Nick, Steve64B helped me put mods in that map. That map has companions in it that help you fight your way through the map. I'll leave a link at the end of this video so you can see a video of that map. I thought this map had a nice bit of challenge to it. It wasn't over challenging or under challenging to me. It said in the player count that it had 50 enemies, so I was kind of nervous that this would be too much for me as a player, but I think it cut off early for some reason. Maybe that's because of the modifications. Regardless of the fact, it was still really awesome to play, and if you see the enemy at the end here, he's modified. Really cool map. I really enjoyed playing this one. So be sure to check out Evil Dead Boomstick Assault map on PC. The third map on this list is Aztec Adventure by David Smith. It's an extraction map that can be played on the Xbox One. Now, the editor, David Smith, has a talent of using the terrain as making a large percentage of the map as walls and floors, which I thought was a really awesome idea because the budget on consoles is very lacking. The editor even has a unique start of the map. Makes you look like the plane lost control and has crashed and you're parachuting down. The river, the explosions floating down to the map, all looks pretty cool to me. I really like the look and the feel of the map. It kind of made me think of Indiana Jones or a Tomb Raider map. He doesn't give you all the weapons up front, so you have to kind of look around for weapons. I personally like that you have to look around, but I think most players seem to like all the weapons up front. Most of the top-rated PC maps always put all the weapons up front. It seems to get better ratings that way, so if you're getting dinged on ratings, you might want to think about just putting all the weapons up front. But that's up to you as the map editor. I personally say make the map the way you want it, and don't worry so much about ratings. That's up to you. When playing this map, Aztec Adventures, you have to be pretty careful with your ammunition, as the map editor has made this somewhat of a survival, kind of a extraction escape map. It reminds me of some of the old escape maps I used to play on older Far Cry's. For all you guys that used to make some escape maps in the older Far Cry's but never picked up Far Cry 4, you might be interested in extraction mode. If they have it in Far Cry 5, you can use that mode to make some really good escape maps. I think David Smith did a good job with the scene here. You see the corpse's head sticking from the rock like it was chopped off. A really cool leap of faith moment here, and a nice detail in the water. The way the map editor used all the assets and kind of has an escape feeling to this map. It wasn't extremely hard to figure out where to go. It is a linear map, but everything works out the way the editor had placed things. You miss something, you might have to walk around. I seem to have picked up grenades just walking around. Not sure exactly where these grenades at, as there's a lot of bushes and overgrowth that the editor put in the map. If you're stuck in a room and you can't seem to get through this very unique and amazing map, you might have to shoot out one of the walls to move forward. Also, if you have grenades, you can use them. But remember to be conservative with your ammunition, with your grenades, as the editor didn't put a lot in this map. So it's kind of like a little extra challenge there, so be careful. Now, when I was playing this map, I actually came up with the idea of having a handful of maps that I thought were unique and amazing. When I was playing this and getting through it, I said, well, this is a pretty unique map. I like the design, the pyramid, I like the concept. I liked how you used the terrain because the budget isn't big enough on the Xbox One to make a map like this. And just I said to myself, you know, it'd be pretty cool to come up with a group of maps that I thought were unique in Far Cry 4. Now, I try not to do the same maps as some of my friends on their other channels, so a couple of these maps are on their channels. Fallen Champ has Far Cry maps on YouTube, and also Kemet 1976. He streams maps, and he also has a channel on YouTube also. Be sure to check out their channels. There will be links in the description of this video. It's really cool looking at the effects here. The editor must have put something in the map and anticipated the player to blow something up. So this all looks pretty cool here. I enjoyed playing this map. It has a unique look and feel to it, and I hope David Smith keeps on mapping. Be sure to check out Aztec Adventure. It's an extraction map on Xbox One. This fourth map coming up is another highly modified map, Wolfenstein 3D, made by Steve64B. This is an extraction map on PC. Now, what I love about Steve64B and his modifications is you don't have to download a mod pack or anything. You just go in the game, go into the browser, and look up Wolfenstein 3D, and you can start playing this map, and it'll look the way this video is showing you. Now, watching this video, you can obviously see why this is a unique and amazing map. I mean, Steve64B has made a level in Wolfenstein 3D. I mean, look at this video. This is a Far Cry 4 map, and Steve64B was able to modify some of the assets, use the map editor, and make this look like Wolfenstein 3D. That's pretty amazing. There's other great modders out there too. PJ3 makes some really great mods. I get to use one of his mod packs, and I see people use the Fino mod packs also. So if you got bored of the PC vanilla editor, you can always Google mods for Far Cry 4. They'll come up, or you may be able to find something on Steve's website, Map Swapper. Another thing that makes this map unique and amazing as the map had secrets, just like the Wolfenstein level would have secret rooms. Steve has put it in this Wolfenstein 3D map. You just have to know where to look. You never know. It could be behind a painting. It could be on a wall or something. You have to look for it. The editor really did an amazing job with this map. Here's even two different ways to finish it. I'll show you what it looks like, but you'll have to figure out where to find them. So if you're a fan of the Doom corridor style shooter and you have Far Cry 4, be sure to download this map, Wolfenstein 3D. Play it. You'll have a lot of fun. There's secrets in the map and everything. And even if you did play this map, you might not have known of all the little secrets that were in it. So you might want to check it out and play it again. This next map coming up is not modded at all. Doesn't have any modifications. These aren't in any kind of order, by the way. They're just 5 maps that I thought were very unique and amazing. And this is definitely one of them. Dunwich Horror by Alpha Sergeant 14. Now take a look at these pictures. These are a group of assets making these objects. I mean, look at this camera. It's totally amazing. And this record player, it's just crazy. Now, I normally only put about 3 pictures up because when I play the map, I usually miss a lot of detail. I could have been taking pictures all day of this map. I threw in an extra one of 4 pictures, but he puts so much detail, Alpha Sergeant 14, that you can miss stuff. You would think that it's a real asset in the game, but it's not. It's like totally amazing. Everything's built. The walls, the windows. When you go outside, there's a carriage. I mean, I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff. The chandelier. You really got to check this map out. It's not even modded. The editor had made all these items. I mean, if you missed it, did you see that piano? Unbelievable. Unbelievable what this guy can come up and make. And I had fun playing the map too. I thought it was kind of a cool concept that the ghost or demon AI are trying to break in through the house. And You could go to the different floors and wait for them to try and break in or try to shoot them through the door. So I thought it was fun playing the map too. Now, to make these custom objects, you need to use a lot of assets. And PCs that may have low specs may have problems playing it. I got a GTX 1060, and as you can see, I didn't really have any problems playing it. Might have slowed down some in some areas, but I think most of the time it was averaged to 30 frames per second. Normally, if this was a normal map, I'd probably get close to 60. It may dip down below 30 in a couple spots, but I could have changed the settings. So if you're playing, Far Cry maps and the average map's running 30 frames per second, you might have to lower your settings a little to have a smoother gameplay. I mean, that's about it. It's pretty simple. I think all the maps that I've shown you are all truly unique and amazing. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks for watching The Lazy Mapper.